everyone, welcome to my channel where I just want to talk about books, and today we're going to be doing my June TBR. If you're not familiar, TBR stands for To Be Read, so we're going to be talking about all the books that I'm planning to read this month in June. And because this is Pride Month, I'm going to be prioritizing books about either queer stories or by queer authors. I always try to read pretty diversely throughout the year, but this is June, so since it's Pride Month, it seems like a good excuse to prioritize all my LGBTQIA+, all those stories that are on my want-to-read list that I'm hoping to get to. This seems like a good time to prioritize them. So without further ado, let's get into the books that I am planning to read this month in June. Alright, the first book that I'm planning to read this month is The King's Delight by Sarah Honey. This one I actually just started, and even though I'm only a couple chapters into it, I already really like it, so this might be a 5-star read this month. I'm pretty excited. But this, first of all, can we appreciate how beautiful the cover is? Because this is gorgeous. But yes, this is a male-male romance. It is about a king and his groom, and along the way they're, not only just getting to know each other, but also trying to keep away assassins and kidnapping attempts. So it seems like it's going to be kind of action-packed, and I think I'm going to really enjoy it. It's giving me similar vibes to In Deeper Waters by F.T. Lukens. I read that a couple years ago and really enjoyed it. So we're off to a great start. I do like this book so far, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah. I'm also planning to read Heartstopper for the first time this month. If you're unfamiliar, Heartstopper is a graphic novel series following two school-age boys. I believe they're in high school, and just their love stories. They're learning a little bit about themselves, each other, and just coming together. This series is a BookTube darling. Like, if you've been anywhere on BookTube the last couple of years, you've probably heard people raving about it. It seems like everyone who reads it absolutely adores it. And recently, there has been a Netflix adaptation about it, so it's even more popular than ever before. It's been on my radar for a little bit, but I've never read graphic novels, never really been interested in them. But for some reason, like, this month I'm like, you know what? Yeah, let's give it a shot. I think I'm just in the mood for something like really light, really fun, just uplifting and easy to read, and this seems like the perfect thing. I'm definitely going to read volumes 1 and 2 because that's what's available at my library. We'll see if I like it enough to commit to purchasing future books of the series, but I'm definitely planning to read volumes 1 and 2 this month, and we'll see from there. But I'm excited. I'll probably do a reading vlog for these videos, so stay tuned for that if you want to see the reading vlog for Heartstopper. One of the books that I am most excited to read this month is The Art of Drag. This is written by numerous authors and illustrators, and can we take a minute to appreciate how beautiful this cover is? Because this is absolutely gorgeous, and I am so excited to read it, not only because the cover is beautiful, but because I know there's illustrations throughout the book, so I get to enjoy this art style and this beautiful artwork throughout the entire read. But on top of that, I am also really excited about the subject matter as well. According to Goodreads, it talks about the intersection of fashion, theater, sexuality, and politics, and just all things drag. So it seems like something I'd be really interested in. It seems really informative and in a very interesting presentation style that I cannot wait to read. I've had my eye on this book for several months, if not like a year or two, and I'm super excited to finally read it and just, again, really enjoy this beautiful art style. Another book that I'm planning to read this month is No Rings Attached by Rachel Lacey. This is about two women that fall in love via the fake relationship trope, where one woman, she needs a date for her brother's wedding, and so she has a friend of her friend pretend to be her girlfriend, and you know how it goes from there, to just kind of fall for each other, and it's their story of being like, oh, but we're faking it, but are we not faking it? And like, that whole trope. So this book I actually started reading sometime last year. I feel like I either read books either incredibly quickly in like 2 or 3 days, or I read books over the course of like 18 months and I read like a couple chapters every month. And this is the latter. I started this one last year and haven't gone back to it in a while, but I am enjoying it. Like, nothing against this book, I'm just reading it very slowly, but seems cute, and this is the perfect month to read a little bit more and make some more progress in that book. Another book that I'm planning to read is A Marvelous Light by Freya Marsk. This book is described as a magical murder mystery, and I'm like, say no more. I love all of those words. I don't need anything else. I'm already sold. So that'll be really fun. It's also a fantasy, historical fiction romance, so I love that it's kind of dancing in different genres. It's not just a traditional romance, because those can kind of get tedious for me. I'm just really excited for the infusion of multiple different vibes going, and I know it takes place in Edwardian England, I believe. So that'll be really fun. This is another male-male romance, and it seems like there's a lot going on. Again, like, you had me at magical murder mystery, say no more. I like to go in kind of blind, so I didn't read any further in the description, but I didn't have to because I am already sold. I'm in, can't wait. Let's go. This next book might have the greatest title ever. This book being Hola Papi, How to Come Out in a Walmart Parking Lot and Other Life Lessons. And if that ain't a fucking vibe, I don't know what is. This is by John Paul Bramer, or Bramer, I'm not entirely sure, but I am so excited. This, like the title alone, I'm sold. This is essentially a memoir in essay format about the author and just like his experiences growing up both queer and a mixed race in America. And I am just so excited. Again, like the title alone, I am so sold. I don't normally do memoirs, but I feel like I'm gonna really love this one, and I hope I'm not wrong. So I am super excited to check this one out. Realistically, I feel like that's all the books that I'm going to actually get a chance to read this month. Those are at the top of my priority list. But if I have extra time on my hands or I'm extra ambitious with my reading this month, here are some other books that I'm hoping to read this month, if I am able to, but we'll see. The Charm Offensive by Alison Cochrane. I am so excited. This has been one of my most anticipated books for however long it's been out. I think it came out in 2021, so like 2 years now. I am so excited for this book. I haven't gotten a chance to like sit down and read it. I want to make sure I'm giving it the time that it deserves. I'm expecting to adore this book. This is another male-male romance where this time they are falling in love and they meet on a reality dating show. A little bit of a twist, they're not contestants. One of them is the producer, and I am so excited because I read One to Watch by Kate Stayman London a couple of years ago, and I loved that book. It had a similar premise where it was a romance featuring a reality dating show, and that was hands down one of the best books that I read that year. And so I am really excited for this one. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Also, I saw the author has like a little novella, little short story featuring the same couple after the events of that book, and it's only like 20 or 30 pages. So I'm like, might be able to sneak that in as well. Shout out to Alison Cochrane, by the way, because normally like authors will put another short story or novella in the universe. They'll still sell it, usually only for like 99 cents, but they still sell it. She just straight up, it's not available on Amazon or Barnes & Noble, even as an ebook anywhere. It is exclusively as a Google Drive, and if you go to her website, you click on the link and it's like a Google Drive. So it's like a PDF, you can read the short story. And I'm like, I love a queen who just genuinely wants to put her writing out there for you to read and not like make money off of it. I'm like, you go. I might save that one for Christmas too, since that's when it takes place. Might be a little bit more fitting than June, where it's currently like 95 where I'm living. But I love that I found that this morning and wanted to share. Similarly is One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. This book, okay, I adored Red, White, and Royal Blue by the same author. I adored that book, and so this was her second book that she wrote after that. She's released a couple more since then, but I am not caught up. This is in the same boat as The Charm Offensive for me. I'm expecting to absolutely love it, and so I'm almost like intimidated to read it because I have it on such a high pedestal that I'm almost like, can it actually live up to my expectations though? And I don't want it to let me down, so I just haven't read it. So we'll see if I get to it this month or not. But either way, I'm expecting to really like it. I hope I like it. Got some high expectations for this one. So again, we'll see if I get to it this month or not, but sometime I am planning to read it and I'm hoping to love it. So we'll see. And last on this list is Bad Gays, A Homosexual History by Ben Miller and Hugh Lemmy. If you're looking for a more nonfiction approach to celebrating Pride Month and reading about queer identities, this one might be a good one for you. Apparently it's based on a podcast, which I had never heard about, but might have to check out because I don't get out of my true crime podcast corner very often. But according to Goodreads, this book subverts the notion of gay icons and queer heroes and asks what we can learn about LGBTQ history, sexuality, and identity through its villains and baddies. And that is so intriguing to me. I'm like, you know what? Might have to check that out. I'm usually not a big fan of like really big nonfiction books. This one's almost 400 pages, so this might be a book where I would like skim a little bit or just read like a couple of chapters out of, but in general, love the concept, and I think if you're looking for a more like nonfiction approach to reading in Pride Month, then this might be a good recommendation for you. Goodreads describes it as amusing, disturbing, and fascinating, and I'm like, you know what? Sure, that seems good. That seems like a good balance, so why not? That seems like another one that I've definitely got my eye on, and I might pick that up in the next couple of months, if not this month here. But yeah, so those are all of the books that are on my radar for the month of June. We'll see what I actually get to, but either way, I'm sure it'll be a great month of reading, and I'm excited to check in with you. Stay tuned at the end of the month to see what I actually end up reading, and yes, it's gonna be a good month. So happy Pride Month, everybody, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.